In today's San Diego Newsmakers, I spoke to Chris Ward, a candidate for San Diego City Council District 3. He hopes to replace Todd Gloria, who is termed out. This is his full interview, starting with why he is more qualified than his opponents.
Well, I'm really excited to bring the range of experience I've had over the last nearly 20 years living here in San Diego. I currently work for our state senator, Marty Block, and represent all of the neighborhoods of District 3 and then some across the city. And I've been responsible for an office of 12 individuals to manage all the constituent services, the really strong budget and policy work that we need to be able to do. I feel that I have, between that and the prior work that I have in the private sector as an urban planner, this job would really connect some of my big issues that have prepared me to date.
And that goes to my next question here. What are your top two priorities if you are elected to City Council?
Well, immediately we got to get a handle on homelessness. The numbers are rising. There's a lot of challenges. There's a lot of underlying reasons why the state of affairs is the way it is today. But I do have some new ideas. I do have some things that I think the city and some of our nonprofit partners could be doing a little bit more efficiently to turn that trend around.
Okay.
Second priority, certainly Balboa Park. There is a void of attention that's been given to that, not been given that for the last several years. I want to make sure that it's going to be in a good place 30 years from now. That's going to require a renewed attention and a sustainable funding stream for the park.
And we're going to go back to one of those topics here in a moment, but first let's talk about the Chargers here. The issue, of course, put us in the national spotlight. Your thoughts on how everything was handled and the Chargers' current plan, the Convadium plan?
Sure. Well, I do not support the current plan as proposed. I think there's way too much public investment that's proposed for that, where those dollars are better used for streets and police stations and firefighters and some of our more core city needs. I'm also very challenged as a former urban planner with the concept of plopping a stadium in the middle of downtown. We have some really wonderful plans that the community has invested in for a number of years to grow downtown, to accommodate the innovation economy and some of our other higher and better uses that I think are more appropriate for that setting. Were it to be a fully private investment, I'd be willing to look at opportunity sites either in Mission Valley or the sports arena site or some other place, but I would want to make sure that the taxpayers are well protected.
So you are against any public money being used for the plan?
Nothing above, yes.
Mm-hmm. Got it. And you had mentioned homelessness. Your plan to deal with the issue, you mentioned you had some new ideas.
Right, so if you took a look at my website, it's www.voteforward.com. We have an expanded issues tab that talks on a lot of the issues, and not just homelessness, but public safety and small business support and open government. But under the homelessness tab, I actually have a 3-page working paper with a lot, as you know, it's a very complex solution. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of partners that need to come together, whether it's at the state, county, federal, regional levels. I have those relationships that I can activate, and I can help to through leadership, be able to coordinate those resources a little bit better. I invite the public to take a look at that working plan and give me their feedback on how to improve upon it.
And let's go ahead and switch now over to San Diego Police body cameras. The DA's office right now is working on a video release policy. How involved should the public be, and should the City Council be involved in that?
Well, certainly the City Council should help to define and cement the policy that ultimately we want our police force to be able to work with. First of all, we have to applaud our San Diego police officers for making such an investment in body cameras. These are new technologies, so we are definitely having policy catch up with the technology on the ground. But we already know that, in any setting nationally where body cameras are used, you see a decreased interaction, decreased altercations between our police officers and the public. It's been a win-win. That said, this is new technology, and so we need to make sure that we're crafting public footage and release videos that both protects some of the law enforcement officers and allows them to be able to do their job, but also gives the public the right to know how their police force is conducting themselves on the streets.
And now, anything that you would do differently now that Todd Gloria is going to be on his way out?
Well, Todd has been an amazing steward for all the neighborhoods of District 3. So I think before him, of course, Tony Atkins and Christine Kehoe being the representative for many of the same neighborhoods. And so you've seen this continued line of strong leadership and high ethic, high work ethic, high attention to detail, really good progressive leadership for the betterment of the city and the region as a whole. I think I will continue that strong leadership that they've come to expect and they've known for some time for the coming term.
And then lastly, I'll give you one chance here. Anything I missed that you want the voters to know about you and why you are running for this district?
Oh, sure. Well, I'm a new dad. I have a 2-year-old. I've had a great time being in that role, and it's definitely given me some new perspectives. Whether you're trying to push a stroller for the first time down the sidewalk and you're hitting all those bumpy breaks in the concrete or those broken tree roots, or you want to make sure that we have safe routes to schools, or that we have a growing community that all families can be able to live in. Affordable housing is a real challenge for many people to bring themselves into our community. And as I go to door to door over the last couple of weeks and months, I hear people left and right saying, I may have to leave this year because it's just not affordable to be able to live here. And that we have to turn around. We have to make sure that we have the housing opportunities and the cohesive communities that people want, that they'll be able to afford to live in, and the quality of life that people expect of San Diego neighborhoods.
Chris Ward is running against Anthony Bernal and Scott Sanborn. The primary is on June 7th. Melissa Messiha, 10 News.